What made you join Reddit? I had a specific question I needed to ask. I like the fact that I don't know any of you. My teenagers said I would love it. They were right. I have been browsing Reddit for 6 years, but did not make an account until this month. I like that you are anonymous and can get unrestricted opinions, good or bad. For instance, I made a throwaway and asked the Premed and Biengini ring subreddits for career and resume advice, and I got honest opinions from experts in the field on ways to improve. These opinions were not filtered because they did not know me. It was really useful tbh. Some even reached out to me in chat to give me advice on job hunting. One hiring manager even told me which companies to apply to when all my Google searches ended in +reddit. On Reddit, you can decide what you want to engage. Facebook is more of who you want to engage. I can't even remember. Good question though. Feels like eons ago since I've joined and don't remember the purpose. I like following subjects more than people. Dig V4. Reddit comments. You cannot predict where conversation will go. I was super bored and lonely on Christmas Eve about 11 years ago and wanted to talk to people. I used to read F7U12 Acurage comics. There were too many Reddit references, so I decided to check it out. Never left. That was 10-ish years ago. This is my second account. Being anonymous. Now that doesn't give you an express right to be an asshole, but it is exactly what differentiates Reddit from other so-called social media, and that includes LinkedIn too. You don't have to be interactive enough to be noticed, like that Black Mirror episode where people were so desperate to be in someone's eyes. Honestly, I find Reddit more peaceful and informative and somewhat consoling to than Facebook, Instagram, etc. Someone was wrong and needed correcting. My friend was boasting about it and how you can pick and choose what you see and that it's so diverse compared to Twitter. Deleted my Twitter account after 2 weeks of Reddit. Secret Center. I watched videos about r/Reddit and people had cool stories and I was like, this seems like cool community and place to share our stories. Besides what others have said, I also really appreciate that the downvote means something. You don't get a free pass to be an asshole. On the other side, you know a comment or post is likely to be good because it has plenty of upvotes and awards. Last man standing user base large enough to avoid being singled out. 9gag was getting boring. The ex-Mormon subreddit. It was literally a lifesaver for me. I was an 8th generation Mormon, active for over 40 years. When I'd expressed doubts and concerns to those I knew, I was gaslighted, shunned, and exiled. In Reddit I found a community who understood what I was going through, where honesty and truth were valued. Edit. Spontaneous Exmo testimony meeting below. Ha. I deleted all of my social media because it just felt toxic and self-absorbed. Of course this isn't the case for everyone, but I just recognized that it didn't feel like a good influence for me personally and figured that if I followed the right subs, for instance, relating to my interests such as painting, literature, etc., then Reddit could be a good substitute. It also feels a lot more authentic here. You're not getting all the generic crap like "look at how perfect my life is" so often. I think this is where the anonymity works wonders, because people don't have the same focus on self-image like they might do otherwise. It's a more democratic social media. It doesn't matter who you are. There are no Reddit influencers. Almost none cares about who is posting, only if they like the post or not. It's all the fault of that one friend that introduced me to it. Now it became an addiction. The Disney Magic Kingdom's app gaming community. Oh, and cats. I can have an afro here. Search for something very specific, and almost always the top result is a Reddit link, especially anything tech related. Have some weird problem? Someone on Reddit has already had that and someone else has already found the solution. Someone told me about it after I told them about the site 4chan I learned about from someone else. It's much safer here, I think I'll stay. That one Get Grey video about what is Reddit. I enjoy open discussions and true stories. This seems to be one of the last stronghold of old, free-spirited internet. I quit Facebook. At least when I encounter a bigoted idiot here, I'm not related to them. Memes. I had a bunch of anxiety when COVID first hit last year and I couldn't sleep. My husband pointed me in the direction of r/aww and r/wholesome memes. When my thoughts became too much, I would scroll through them until I fell asleep. Felt like a small safe place in the world. The porn is the reason, also the memes. Edit: I did not expect for this to blow up like it did. I literally posted this in English consultations. They are a mandatory to do before an exam in Germany, at least in Saxony. I initially joined for the memes that were all seeming to come from Reddit into Twitter and Facebook. But what really drove me to Reddit was when my ex cheated on me and left me. r/x no contact really helped me through it. Instagram becoming more and more boring every day. The fact it is the opposite of Twitter. Reddit's just a friendlier place than Twitter. I was having a conversation with a friend about how I wanted to improve my life and become more productive. He then introduced me to Reddit. It was April Fool's Day and I hadn't realized. I'm not more productive. For safety's sake I had to leave Facebook. I dabbled in this, so yay. Okay, I could read a book, but I love the randomness of it, and some kind strangers have been super supportive. The anonymity and the it's not Facebook. Although I have to say Reddit can be just as messed up and brainwashed as Facebook, Twitter, etc.